Hi everyone, welcome to a new series of B-17, the Mighty 8th, with the Redux version. Yes, I've been called to start a new series. We did a couple of missions with Chowhound, which I was actually thinking Meathound was the correct name for the bomber with that nose art. More or less anyway, it's very similar anyway. Chowhound was more of a kind of like the Disney Pluto dog, but I thought we'd start afresh. There's been a number of patches rolled out since then, and now that you have access to the early access, I thought it time to start a new series. Didn't think it would be fair to start a new series if people didn't have access to play along as well, so that's what I've done. So we're here with a new bomber. Let's head into the office and learn about our new crew. Our bomber is called Misbehavin, and it's obviously serial number 4231033. First mission about to begin. Let's meet the crew. So Brad Cubitt is our bombardier. Below average gunnery and piloting, above average bomb aiming though, which is good for our bombardier, and he is all looking forward to the off. Our navigator, Charles Taylor, he's married. He's got poor piloting, below average bomb aiming and gunnery, average navigation, so we'll see if we can get that up. First aid is average, so maybe he can be our first aider unless there's somebody better suited for the task. Pilot in command is Harland McKnight. He's married. Below average gunnery, average piloting, we'll have to get that up. Below average first aid. Co-pilot, Drew Beasley. He's also married. There's a lot of marriages going on. It's good to see. Piloting is above average. Is he? He's a better pilot than our actual captain. Okay, that's fine. We'll have to remember that. Top turret gunner and engineer is Keith Emig. He's single. He's got above average gunnery though, which is good, and he's got good technical knowledge, which is exactly what we want for our engineer. Our radio operator is John Ozranek. He's single. He's got average gunnery. He's got below average first aid, which is annoying because that's what you'd usually use him as. They're kind of that spare crew member who can go around and do the other little tasks, this and that. Our bull turret gunner is George Wheeler. Single. Average gunnery, below average first aid, and he's got no bomb aiming, navigation or piloting. Left waist, we got Charles Marsh, above average gunnery, which is good, and average first aid, which is worth remembering. And Bernard Lansfeld is our right waist gunner, average gunnery, below average medical. And on our tail is John Worsley. He's single, average gunnery, but I'm sure that'll go up. And he's got poor first aid. So that's the crew. Let's head into our first mission. Okay, here we are as we settle down and the noise dims to a small murmur. The mission is announced. 1st of March 1944. The primary target will be the Heald oil production facility. Secondary target will be the Merck-Willer oil production facility. And a tertiary target will be the Eurotank oil refinery and storage. Ordnance selected for this mission is 6 times £500 general purpose and 12 times £100 incendiaries. Distance to farthest target 1319 miles. We'll have 2 squadrons of P-47s as escort though, which is something. So, the Heald oil production facility. Flak strength is high. Fighter strength is moderate. Priority is very high, damage none. Merck-Willer oil production facility, moderate flak and fighter, high priority. And the tertiary target, high flak, moderate fighter, very high priority. No current damage. Right, we understood. The mission brief, let's have a look at the reconnaissance film. So, lots of housing, which is a bit worrying. Then we sort of move into a little bit of the countryside. We've got this sort of rounded road at the bottom here, and as you got the cooling towers, and storage tanks of the oil production facility there, with the little settlement of houses next to it, which is probably the workforce. Quick look at the route. So we'll be taking off from our base in Deanthorpe, heading northeast all the way up here, and then striking down to the primary and secondary targets in Hamburg. Where's the tertiary? Oh, is that the tertiary over there? No, that's the primary. I beg your pardon. The primary is all the way over here, and the secondary and tertiary is in Hamburg. So potentially what we will look to do is try and extend our run up here, and then we'll come down here, make a run on the primary, or if we have to switch, then cut through the gap between the flak batteries and then do the run on the secondary or the tertiary. Then maybe potentially, I think we will cut through the flak, but otherwise we're flying into 3 air bases worth of fighters, and then there's 2 air bases to fly over on the way home. Well, it seems like once we get to the bomb run, that's when we get in range of the Luftwaffe, that's when the flak will start. So it should be a fairly easy fly out and cruise, and then all hell will break loose. Right, let's tell the rest of the crew and make our way to the aircraft. Here we are then, the aircraft flight log.
Start engines.
7:52, start of this flight.
On.
And we'll get the pilot Harlan and Drew, our co-pilot, to start going through the startup sequence.
Auto rich. Pushing to both.
There you go, the dials fire into life, which is good to see. So here she is then, our bomber for this tour, Misbehavin, with the young lady with the cap on, looking fantastic. We are just one of a number of aircraft firing up. We'll make our way to the runway, take off, form up, and then head towards target. Right, take off. Straighten her up and feed in the power. Tails come up. What can we see? 134. Right, we can start easing her off the ground. Ooh, bit steady. Raising landing gear. That was a bit of a rookie pilot's takeoff, wasn't it? But we're in the air and we're forming up. Hi everyone, welcome back. Right, we've formed up and we're now heading to target. We're still over North Norfolk at the moment. That's the Wash behind us, Lincolnshire over there. Just got North Norfolk and then heading over the Channel, the North Sea, until the enemy coast. But what I thought we could do, let's just go time check, is 8:32, coming up to 15,000 feet. Speed is 150 miles an hour, heading 0767, about that. So what I thought we could do is check in and see what the navigator can do to tweak the course for a better survival chance. Right, so here is the navigator. He's got us south of that town. Oh, I can't see. I can't stand up and look down. Right, there's the woodlands. So where's the town? Oh, it's there. No, I think we're actually coming over the town with the woodland alongside. Yeah, you can see our shadows down there. We're just coming up to that town now. So we can do the first correction. Yes, you do have to correct your navigator, otherwise you'll get lost. We're about there. Perfect, right, that should be the first correction and improving his skill. So we'll be flying all the way over here. I'm thinking let's extend that to about, well, about there, that'll be fine. That is the decision point, which we can do under the relative safety. Maybe, can I stick another waypoint in? Yes, okay, good. So let's bring that there, and let's bring that up there. There we go. So we'll make our decision point about there. Maybe, yeah, about there. And then if we have to switch to secondary or third or tertiary target, we can cut through there. And actually, let's straighten them up to avoid more flak. There we go. And then on the exit, and then on the exit here, let's try and turn quick after the dropping. Let's try maybe give us a sporting chance of avoiding them. We will have to fly through this flak, which is not ideal, but you got a better chance against flak than you do the cannons of a FW-190. So yeah, let's see if we can do that. So yeah, that's okay. 15,000 feet is our altitude. I don't want to change that too much because that may impact our fuel and how much fuel we've got. We could maybe tweak that to go up to, that's, oh, that waypoint's 30,000 because that's what the generic waypoints, stick a waypoint in, they will always default to 30,000. So let's not do that because that will cost the let's say 25. Try to see if we can get to 25,000. And we'll see if we've got enough fuel to do this. Okay, welcome back. So as you can see, I've set everything to 25,000 feet. Yeah, and everything is good. And the good news is the green line goes all the way back to base, so we do have enough fuel for it. So cruise altitude will change to 25,000 feet. We'll do our decision point here, where we'll take a listen to the weather forecast and see which is the best target to bomb. And then, if we are going to the primary, I may see if we can do a really tight turn and come through here, and then cut out. But I've had to leave it like this for the moment for the secondary and the tertiary targets. And then we'll just cut up north and then drive past the Dutch coast back home. So as we leave North Norfolk and England behind us, 8:38. Now we're now climbing up to the 25,000 cruise altitude, sorry, and fingers crossed that should give us a little bit more protection from the enemies. Okay, welcome back. It's been plain sailing. Weather looks okay at the primary, so we are just starting the bomb run. Just had to do another navigational correction. I think we're roughly on, just coming over this little part of the town here and heading into this patchy cloud straight ahead. Okay, coming up to our bombardier Brad's position, just sitting behind the northern bomb site, looking at the plexiglass nose. While it is scattered cloud, it looks like this line of hang on, not out of the way. This line of cloud here might cover what we want to look at. Although this could be our target indeed, I think that is. So our navigator hasn't done a bad job. He's got us roughly where we need to be. You can see the rounded road around the outside, which was one of the things we spotted in the reconnaissance video. Right, that is temporarily locked on. It looks like we're going over quite a short patch of it, so let's reduce our drop to about probably 100 milliseconds. 95, that'll do. Right, we're locked on. Got a long ways to go yet. Expect the flak to start rearing up at us any moment, and there's still, well, there's still none of the other dangers yet to engage us, which is good in one sense, but we know as soon as we get to the target, all hell was going to break loose, so I'm a little bit nervous now. Still tracking the target, and we dropped off a little bit, maybe drifting a touch. Trying to crack that. I'm actually going to stick it back in the middle. Here comes the flak. Shells exploding all the way around us, but we are staying true on course. Minor corrections all the time. Doesn't help, obviously, the aircraft's been jostled about by the weather, jostled about by the flak as well. Oof. You see the flashes of the shells explode. Oh, this must have been the longest couple of minutes in these cruise lives. It just feels like you're waiting here far too long. And in the case of, oh, we just have to hold where we are and hope that our lock was good. And in the case of the RAF, and I'm not sure if it was the same for the US AAF, they used to have to fly steady for another 30 seconds for the bomb cameras to take their pictures. See, if you didn't have your bomb camera images, there was no drop. Bombs away! Alright, I think the bombers are coming from this side, are they? Oh. We drifted! We drifted! Oh my goodness me. That was a... I can't believe we drifted that. The drift must have been so far out. It looked like we had that steady. But maybe as we came through the cloud, we lost. Wow, that's going to be a near miss. We've destroyed some oil tanks, but that is poor. Meantime, our aircraft looks like a colander. Right, let's get an altitude change. Oh, I do that just as the flak ends, does it? Oh, okay. Right. I'm thinking we might have a fuel leak in 1 or 2 with that damage. So in 1 we've got 350 gallons. Well, if we do have a leak, it's very minor. Okay, fantastic. We seem to have got away with that. Bandits! Oh, careful. They could call out for 109s. Got him. He's on fire. I think we got 2 smoking and heading down. Got some tracers coming our way. Whoa, we got a bomber right below us. Okay. It's all gone quiet again. I'm sure there's going to be more enemy fighters in the air, but oh God, look at the damage. It's one hell of a first mission. Okay, I think that's Hamburg down there with the river coming in, and we got the suburbs below us. Yeah, and we've got us pitched just there. So yeah, maybe we're roughly where we think we are, which is something. Flying through these two big flak areas. Hopefully we should be okay. Okay, we are leaving. Hamburg's down here. We're leaving Germany behind us, and we've got the Dutch coast, German coast, Dutch coast in front of us. We're leaving the area, and we're dropping down. So I set it so as we're coming out of the danger zones, as it were, we'd drop down to 15,000 feet. It just allows those bombers with damaged engines and with fuel issues to just kind of bleed off a little bit of altitude and save some fuel and stress on the airframe. I'm just looking about the aircraft. We've got some bullets from obviously one of the fighters on the rear gunner's compartment. The waist compartment seems relatively intact. Bit of flak burst near the radio operator, you can see. Looks nasty. Bomb bay looks fine. Cockpit all looks groovy. And in the nose, surprisingly good actually. It's just the damage to the wing and the tail of the aircraft. Welcome back. Right, we're flying across the North Sea, as you can see. We all seem to be here, I think. Just gone 1 o'clock, 15,000 feet now we're flying at, 150 miles an hour. We're all doing relatively good. I don't think there's a bomber with an engine out, and we all seem to be in good shape. Well, apart from the structural damage to the wings and stuff like that, but that could be, you know, well, he looks pretty bad up there. His leading edge has got quite a few holes. Plus, he's also got similar style holes in his tail a little bit further up. But yeah, we're coming up to see the British coastline up there, so hopefully it's just a matter of getting home and making sure we don't have any issues on landing. An hour later, at 2:08, the airfield is in sight. Good stuff. Right, we've made it back. We'll start descending in order, orbiting around the airfield until they grant us permission to land. Okay, we've had the call. It's time for us to come in. Right, let's take control then. Get the gear down early. Make sure it's coming down so it hasn't been damaged. It looks like it's coming down. Check for any damage. Looks okay actually. That's a good start. Let's put some flaps in. Yeah, and we got a bomber halfway down the runway, I see. So we'll have to land pretty spot on to the landing zone, not to run into the back. Oh, hang on, we got somebody. Do not taxi across the run. Oh, he's taxiing across the threshold. You devil. It's given us a. We should go round now. Look how many bombers have actually been given permission to land before we were allowed to. Honestly. Anyway, but I'm not complaining. He's cleared the way. That was a little bit closer than I would like. He obviously got an expedite across the runway. There you go. It's looking nice. And oh, bit of a bounce. Cut the throttle. Sorry crew, I was watching the other aircraft and wasn't really paying attention too much to my speed, so there we go. We're down safely. Flaps up. We'll brake right here. I know they're all going to the end of the runway, turning left and going around the taxi orbital road, but I'm going to turn right here and we'll go off here. So, welcome to debriefing. Right, it wasn't our finest mission, but we got through it, which is all you can say for your first mission. It doesn't matter as long as you get through it. That's all I say. Right, March the 1st, 1944. The Hild Oil Production Facility. Distance flown 1,372 miles. Bombers lost 0. So that's a good result. Fighters shot down, all 4 we saw. That's a good result. Bomb damage estimate, low. It's not such a great result. But we hit it, just, so it counts as our first completed mission. Happy days. That's one less we have to worry about. 24 to go. Huzzah! No crew injuries suffered, which is another minor miracle. And there you can see bomb damage assessment. Yeah, we were slightly off. Maybe we just didn't set the drift up properly. We were always drifting that way, but I thought we'd caught it on the last reset of the Northern Bomb Sight, but clearly not. And then as we went through the cloud, we must have drifted. So, no promotions, no medals awarded, and no missing crews accounted for. So, none. Happy days, I suppose. Right, I'm glad everyone's come back. And we can go and read about that in our mission log. So, Misbehavin. 1 mission flown, 2 enemy aircraft shot down. Yes, we claimed 2 kills. There we go. Wheeler got a 109 and Worsley got a 109, which is great. So that's our ball turret gunner and our tail gunner. Happy days. Happy days. Have a quick look. Anyone got any skill upgrades? Bomb aiming is good. Was it good before? I don't know why I bothered doing this because my memories. It was about an hour ago since we checked this out, so I can't remember. Navigation is average, so my tweaks did not improve that. My manual takeoff and landing have not improved the captain's flying skill. Maybe in time it will. Top turret gunner, above average gunnery, had that anyway. Radio up, all looking good. Bull turret gunner, above average gunnery. Was it above average before? I can't recall. And the tail gunner, average gunnery, but I'm sure that'll tweak up pretty soon. So nothing really much happening at the moment. Only a couple of victories of shot down aircraft and a low damage target hit. So not brilliant, but most importantly, that's 1 ticked off the list. 24 missions to go for Misbehavin. Fingers crossed we can get there, and we'll have a little bit more cohesion next time on the mission. It felt like we were getting a little bit rushed at times. It seemed to be a lot of nothing and then all action for like 3 minutes and then nothing again. So that's sometimes how it was. But yeah, glad to have got that out of the way. First mission done. The crew can kind of get that tension out of their shoulders a little bit. First one's under the belts, and we'll go again next time. Thanks ever so much for watching. Take care. I'll be back very soon. Bye bye.